Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Enengi Nengi. Let me go back to this story of Dricus du Plessis and versus Israel Adesanya, the racial tension that happened there. I have made a video and I covered why I was telling you guys that Dricus is not an African. And of course, it landed into different, once you speak race, it hits a certain nerve, especially with black people, or let me say African people. That's why you saw Israel Adesanya, Kamaru Usman responding the way they responded in terms of how it offended them when Dricus said he will be the first African champion. Ironically, him being an Afrikaner man, which is white. For those who don't know, he has an inheritance of or a lineage of Dutch in his blood. Now, doing this follow-up part 2 video of that, I just want everyone to understand very carefully that this is not an attack on Dricus du Plessis. He is a good fighter, representing South Africa very well, and I'm very happy to see him where he is because he's putting South Africa on the map and Pretoria on the map, his gym on the map, doing very well. So with that, we applaud him. But I just want to fix this issue that his tribe has, the issue of the subtle racist comments that they will just throw in there, and then when it comes back, they act as if they don't know what they said. Now, I'm going to play you guys. I'm sure I'm going to get copyright issues with this video. I'm going to play you. But be patient and listen carefully to the words spoken in the clip. This clip is abstract from the movie Shaka Zulu. The most famous king, I think is the third or fourth king of the Zulu kingdom. Shaka Zulu spoke words that are the wisdom that the king had are crazy. And I'm happy that in all the lies that they told in that movie, because the interpretation of our history was told by a white man, it was diluted and fragmented to push a certain narrative. But there's a clip that they deleted from the original movie. Once they reposted it again, they saw that they made a mistake. And this is the clip I'm going to play for you guys. Just listen and let's come back and discuss this thing of Dricus du Plessis being an African.
Is this guy so beautiful in the land of your King George? Not exactly, Baba. You see stars that we do not see. And we see stars that you do not see. Amazing. Everywhere we look. Down. Up. Our peoples are different. Yet you ask that we come together. Odd. This nation you speak of, the fruit of our alliance, who would govern it? There would be representatives sent out from our king, who, together with you, would deliberate, make laws, see to the needs of the people. Your people would know the needs of my people. We would learn each other's needs. But you, Baba, you are a African. 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 You How would we live in this nation? As neighbors. Village near village. And how would these villages be placed? Zulu, English, Zulu, English, Zulu. The land is vast, Baba. There's plenty of room for all. Without crowding, Febana, you mean Zulu, English. Until our needs become fair. I see. But what would happen, Febana, if after many generations, the children of your children were still unable to learn the needs of my people? If their stars remained different, would they then leave to go back to the lands where you came from? Or would they have learned to love this land so deeply that no other land could be home? What would happen, Febana, if this land, without crowding, became crowded? Which of those unborn children would then be called African? Yours or mine?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is very big. If you are listening very carefully to this clip, you can hear Shaka, King Shaka, Bayete, King Shaka asking the white men who came to settle in South Africa, asking him, this is a question I always asked also. He said, your children who are born in this land and their children, will they consider the land you come from home, or will they be so intact in this land that they know no other land as their home? Meaning they will now think they are from this land. When we say Dricus du Plessis is not African, this is what we mean. We don't mean by passport. I don't care about passports and citizenship. No. I'm saying originally he is not an African. And that is not an insult. It's a fact. King Shaka knew this long time ago when the British colonizers came and they wanted to settle and be neighbors with the Zulu kingdom and stay next to each other, like Shaka Zulu is explaining, British Zulu. You know, he was explaining to them that you guys are going to settle so much in this land that you will be enjoying the milk and honey of this land, you know, the minerals, the vast land of this country, to the point where your children's children will be born here and they will not consider any other place home besides here. That is what I meant when I said Dricus du Plessis is not African. Kamaru Usman and Francis Ngannou, Israel Adesanya are Africans. And I'm very careful to use the word black. I don't want to use it. I'm using the word African on purpose because that's what I mean. African, originally from Africa. Not people that came from wherever they came with a ship and came and settled there. Again, it's not an attack on Dricus du Plessis. It's an attack on his tribe. And I told you on my last video the inhuman crime that Dricus du Plessis tribe, the Afrikaners, did on us, original African, the native people of this land. And there were, if you go and check out the comment, there are white people that agree with me that say, listen, you are right. African people are the most racist people you will ever meet in the world. Why? Because they are different from other white people. Because Afrikaans is a language that was invented in what's the word, that was created in South Africa. Afrikaans is the youngest language in Africa. So due to that, they now think that they are African because their language is only found here in Africa. It has a mix of Dutch, but it's formulated and created here in Africa. Afrikaans, if you Google, is the youngest language in Africa. But it does not mean that those people come from Africa. And we're not fighting when we're doing that. There is no racism or whatever that is doing that. But Dricus du Plessis is the one that started this race topic. He is the one who is wrong. The same with his coach. Very racist people. Very racist people. Africans are just like that. They are just like that. And I'm not speaking about all of them because there's really some great African people that I have met in my life that have no racist bone in their body. Very nice people that will go the extra mile for you as an African person. But if we had to look at the majority and be honest with each other, African people are racist in general. In general. Not all of them, in general. That's it. And King Shaka taught us, and King Shaka saw this thing, that these people will bear children in our land, and their children's children will start seeing our land as their own land. And that is exactly what is happening here. I've told you that even today, even 2023, the African people don't want to mix with the African people of South Africa. We have cities that are popping out, farms that are popping out where African people want to live alone. Orania, Kleinfontein, and many others, Fatherland, many others that are popping out where African people say, we don't want to mix with the blacks. Do your research, you will find it. And ladies and gentlemen, in the olden days, they were calling themselves European. There were boards and signs in the beaches and in the train stations where it will say Europeans, no blacks. They used to consider themselves as Europeans until 1994, which is just 29 years ago. 29 years ago, they were not, white people were in South Africa were not calling themselves white. They were calling themselves Africa. They were calling themselves European. Excuse me. They were not calling themselves Africans. They never considered themselves as Africans up until 1994. What has changed? Absolutely nothing. They refused to. There were signs that would say Africans not allowed and only for European use, or whites, no blacks. And that the black people they were speaking about is us Africans. And that is not fighting, that is just stating the obvious truth that has happened here in the history of South Africa. One of the youngest democracies we have in Africa, only 29 years old, will be turning 30 years old next year with one of the biggest elections that will be happening, one of the biggest, most competitive elections that will be taking place in 2024 May. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not fighting with Dricus. We hope he does well. I don't hope he wins. I know he can't win against Israel Adesanya, but a fight is a fight. A lucky punch is a lucky punch. You saw even with Robert Whittaker, he was not really winning the fight, but the Bulls, they've got that power. If they touch you, you're gonna sit down. So I wish him all the best in terms of that fight happening. I believe in New Zealand, and That's what I wanted to say. We're not fighting with you people. If Afrikaners are honest with themselves, if white people are honest with themselves, especially those in South Africa, because we're speaking about Dricus du Plessis, they know they're not the original people. They know they have no stance whatsoever to call any African man not an African, any black man not an African. If I take a picture of 5 people, all of them white, and one is black, and I ask you, amongst these 5 people, which one is an African? And you choose one of the whites, you're not okay in your head. If I give you a picture of 5 gentlemen, only one is black. The rest might be Caucasian, white, Indian, and Chinese, whatever. And I ask you, from these 5 men, which one is African? If you had to guess, and you don't choose the black man, you are not okay in your head. And that is what is happening here. No matter where you are, black person, you are an African. You are an African. No matter where you are, no matter where you were born. I don't care if you are born in Canada. I don't care if you are born in China. This skin color qualifies you to be African. No need for any investigation. When I see you, I see a brother. When I see you, I see a sister. My African brother, my African sister, our family. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not going to pull it too long. I hope you guys enjoyed the clip. Tell me what you think about the clip. Do you remember the clip? It was taken out of the movie. It's not in the full movie. If you have this clip in the Shaka Zulu movie, it's probably because you have the old version of the movie. The new version does not have this specific clip that I played. I hope I don't get in trouble with copyright and all of those things. But anyway, we have to do what we have to do. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, please remember your boy King loves you. Stay praying, and I salute you.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, leave your thoughts on the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will meet on the next one.